First company presenting, we have the CEO here, Julie Phillips. She's the CEO of BioDiem. Give a quick introduction. BioDiem is an ASX-listed biopharmaceutical company developing vaccines and therapies for the treatment and prevention of infectious diseases and related cancers. BioDiem is partnered with health agencies, research institutions, and vaccine companies around the world to cost-effectively develop a suite of products for licensing. And I'll let Julie tell more about the story. Thank you, Julie.
Thanks, Steve, and thanks, Wholesale Investor. What a fantastic forum to present to you our exciting company, BioDiem. As Steve said, we're listed on the stock exchange, and we believe that we're a little gem, and we have an infectious disease focus, and I'll take you through some of the projects that we have that are commercial and in development, and invite you to meet me afterwards. We have a table at the back with some material on it. And I know that biotech jargon can be just mind-numbing, and it's a bit awkward to look at the view if you do get very bored, but please feel free, or come and talk to me afterwards, and I hope I can help you understand some of what we're doing if you haven't already. We have a rights issue out. It closes next week, so you have to be fast. There's a little bit left. We have some prospectuses on the table at the back with some application forms if you like what you hear today. This is just a snapshot of our company. We're very small, but we're growing very quickly. If you look at our ASX, at our website, and I invite you to do that, you can see that we've pumped out an awful lot of announcements in the last 12 months. 12 months ago, I presented at Wholesale Investor in Sydney, and it was a major change for us because we just got a license to a global technology which is now commercial, and we have really grown quite rapidly. So our very first product is commercial and generating revenue, unusual for a small biotech company. Our pipeline, the drugs and vaccines in development, their connecting feature is that they target high-value infectious diseases, and this is a real opportunity for commercial projects. We're looking where current treatments really are suboptimal. Our projects in our pipeline are partnered either with not-for-profit large groups like the WHO, the National Institute of Health in the US, the Centre for Disease Control in Atlanta, or in some cases commercial groups. The Serum Institute of India is a big vaccine company in India, BCHT in China, and Vivalis, who is a French vaccine developer in France. We're very excited about our company, as you can tell. I'm a little ADD when it comes to talking about the projects that we've got, because it is really wonderful to be CEO of a company with so many opportunities. Our revenue-generating product is a flu vaccine, and this is licensed to the WHO, the World Health Organization, for developing countries. And last year, we generated $1.3 million in revenue from milestone payments and royalties from that license. And the previous year to that was the beginning of the revenue stream at $0.25 million. And we expect these revenues to grow over time. Our flu vaccine targets seasonal, pandemics. Swine flu was a pandemic flu, and avian influenza, which is bird flu. Now, I have to emphasise to you that our company has got licence agreements in place with commercial partners in India and China. There's not too many other small biotech companies that can say that, and those are already generating revenue. We've got a pipeline of projects for infectious diseases, and these diseases will be familiar to you: tuberculosis, hepatitis, golden staph. But there's also some sort of more weird and dangerous infections that people that have been treated for cancer or maybe HIV have got, where their immune system's a bit dampened, and they're the very high-value target areas that we're also looking at. And also cancers that might have been caused by a virus infection, and there are a growing number of cancers which are linked back to viruses. Our research and commercial partnerships reduce our cost, they accelerate our programs and also reduce our risks, and in some instances also provide an exit for us. But with all of these, we control our IP. These are the vaccine technologies that we have in our pipeline. And our vaccine technologies are platform technologies, and what that means is that we own technologies which can be used to develop and design new vaccines. So they're not one-hit wonders. You can actually use them. Vaccine producers can take a license to these technologies. We're working on some ourselves, and you can create new vaccines for new diseases. And these are well progressed and, of course, offer great potential in the large and growing vaccine market sector. Vaccines, therapeutic vaccines, that is, ones that you use to treat a disease as opposed to ones to prevent a disease, like the childhood immunisations that you might be familiar with. This is a really hot area now. Big companies are buying small companies and buying technologies to get into this double-digit growth sector. Our business model is to develop the technologies to show proof of concept, and then by demonstration of proof of concept, that data package is actually meaningful to an acquirer to either take a license to the technology or in some cases co-develop with us. And we already are in discussion with multinationals about some of our technologies. This slide shows that we have 4 platforms currently. The Vector program, which is using the flu viruses in a partnership with Vivalis, a French vaccine company. We also have the Savine, the flavivirus, and the hepatitis projects, and 2 of those are already in early commercial discussions with multinationals, which is pretty interesting since we only bought 2 of those in June this year, and the other one we bought just less than a year ago. So this is why the area is very hot. Just looking at our antimicrobial platform, this is not a vaccine, this is an antimicrobial to use to treat infectious diseases. It's in development. You would know from just watching the news that increasing resistance to penicillins and all the drugs that used to work over the last sort of 50 years is becoming a real problem. And so sometimes if you go to hospital and they think you've got a dodgy infection, they'll actually send you home because they don't want you infecting other people, perhaps with more serious complaints in the hospital. And this is a highly attractive area. The multinationals got out of antibiotics. Penicillin worked. It became a commodity. They're moving back in now because of this incredible need, which is making the market very attractive, very high value, and we're right in there. So we're looking at golden staph, tuberculosis, high-value fungal infections, aspergillus, scedosporium, also some parasitic and protozoal infections, just through our relationships with some local researchers. Schistosomiasis, or bilharzia, it might be known to you as, is one of our lead projects. The others are being developed in collaboration with the US military and the US for bioterrorism targets. They're terribly frightened of anthrax and other things that people might want to use as a bioterrorism agent, and they have some very good programs in that area. So we're partnered with them for that, and also with the National Institute of Health in the US. They've got very specific programs to try to get back to encourage people to be developing antimicrobials against these priority pathogens and these serious infectious diseases. So over the next 12 months, we're looking to develop a proof of concept actually in a disease model so that we can package this up and then look to a licensed partner, a multinational, to accelerate the development and perhaps take this on. It has so many different applications, this antimicrobial. It really does offer a lot of opportunity. So why BioDiem? Well, we're a very aggressive company. We have a very aggressive program. We've done a lot of work in the last 12 months, which is clear to see from our announcements. We've got a successful licensing track record already. We're in the early stages of revenue growth, which is a delightful place to be as a small biotech. We've got very strong relationships that have been in place for many years with serious international research groups as well as commercial partners, and this also includes the WHO. We've got a very clear direction, and we, particularly me, see significant upside for this company, and it is truly an exciting time for us. We've got our capital raising out in the market at the moment, and as I say, the prospectuses are at the back, and I do invite you to email me or call me to discuss any interest that you might have in our company. And I have just for you on this slide what the near-term drivers would be, what you can expect to see from us in the next 6 to 12 months. So I invite you to have a little look at that and perhaps talk to me afterwards, track our announcements on the ASX and register to receive these through our website. And thank you very much for your attention.